Welcome to the Halliwell Manor. I'm Max.
And I'm Tina.
And we're here to discuss Season 7, Episode 9 of Charmed.
There's something about Leo.
It's an Avatar episode, but it's not terrible. It's fine. It's
fine.
It's fine. Fine is exactly how it is.
It's not as good as the last time they did this plot back in Season 2? When...
The Truth Spell?
Yeah, the Truth Spell.
I thought you were talking about when... I think they did this with Cole also.
Did Cole do a version of this?
Yeah, when you first joined the Avatars, didn't he?
What I mean specifically is the thing where he tells Piper what's going on and then is able to, like, rewind it and not have told her. Just like with Prue and Andy back in however long ago that was.
Season 1, remember, Andy died in the Season 1 finale.
Oh, yeah. God, that was a while ago.
Yeah. We've come so far. The thing I like about this episode is that basically nothing changes throughout the whole thing. I mean, Piper trusts Leo a little more because he learned to get better at lying due to time loops.
I mean, to be fair, to jump ahead to the end of the episode, he stops lying to her. He's like, yeah, you're right. There is something I'm not telling you. Sorry, but I can't tell you. But I'm not gonna try to hide it from you.
And she's just cool with that, which I feel like is not how Piper would have acted at the beginning of the episode, but whatever.
Actually, my very first note on this episode is that I have whiplash from their relationship. I feel like it changes from scene to scene how Piper is treating Leo, how she's acting, about how she feels about his whole sudden...
Hasn't that kind of been their entire relationship, though?
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have whiplash from her mood swings because they're constant. Constant inconsistency.
So, Piper is really doing her job. She's focused, there are innocents in danger, and she's using map making to figure out where the next one is going to be attacked.
Yeah, she's even got, like, push pins where she can put the attacks, and she's, like, tracing out ley lines or whatever with Sharpies, and then she pricks her finger on one of the thumbtacks, and Leo's like, oh, let me heal you, and it's like, I'm sorry, are the thumbtacks evil, Leo? The evil thumbtacks?
But Piper refuses to let him heal her because she's like, look, Leo, I don't know what the fuck your deal is, and for some reason it's really pissing me off right now. Like, you're clearly hiding shit, and, like, are you murdering more elders? What's going on? I thought we were going to be honest with each other. And Leo's like, I don't remember telling you I was going to be honest with you. I just said I was going to stop going crazy and murdering people.
I don't think I said good luck.
Yeah.
Also, she's not... I mean, the conversation that you just, indicated is subtext, because what she's actually doing is basically ignoring him and walking away. He wants to talk to her about their relationship, and she's like, I am trying to track down demons, and then walks away from him.
Yeah, she keeps on interrupting him because since he won't talk about the things she wants to talk about, she's not going to let him talk about the thing he wants to talk about, which is all very, I know you know I know that you know that I know.
You know what I want to talk about?
Is it Phoebe's weird throw-over blanket scarf?
Oh, hey, look at my note. Phoebe's poncho looks like my pandemic/postpartum depression outfit.
Yeah.
I genuinely was like... I genuinely was on, like, my fourth rewatch of this episode before I realized it was a poncho and that she didn't just have a blanket wrapped around her.
It is so odd. This piece of clothing, which I assume is very expensive because ridiculous items of clothing often are. Paige is wearing a very cool leather jacket. She's just wearing a cool leather jacket, Phoebe. But Leo's like, Piper, you can't just walk away from this conversation. And she's like, you're right, I can orb. And she grabs Paige's arm. And Paige, recognizing a good exit line, orbs them all out.
So... they're orbing to where the next attack of the demons that are, the demons of the week for this episode are.
They're invisibility demons. Woo!
And they have apparently attacked people in, like, a pentagram shape. So that's why they know where the next attack is coming. It's the last point.
Okay, can I say what I like about this?
Sure.
I mean, it's a little spoilery for what the demon's motivation is, but the demon's motivation in this episode, like, this has nothing to do with the Charmed Ones. Like, this is their own thing. They're trying to mark territory because apparently if you kill in a pentagram shape, then your clan or whatever is the only one that can hunt in that pentagram. And I'm like, that's a nice little bit of world building. I like that.
Yeah, I did like that. I assume that there was also a spell that goes along with it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's not just an honor thing.
Yeah. They're demons. Like, there's clearly a mystical component, but...
Also, they're not trying to face the Charmed Ones head on. In fact, they disguise themselves as demons of a different clan so that the Charmed Ones will kill the members of that demon clan instead. They're just... It's a good plan.
Yeah. Like, sucks for them Leo's mega god this week.
Right? If it wasn't for time loops and avatars, they would have gotten away with it.
Oh. So, Leo's like, God damn it, I can't have a conversation with my wife. And then he accidentally rewinds time.
Yep. And the avatars show up and are like, God damn it, Leo. I'm wondering if the avatars are starting to wonder if Leo is more trouble than he was worth. Because...
Yeah, he's one elder's worth of power. It's not like he's an angel of destiny or anything.
And because they pool their power, that's the whole deal. Whenever he does shit like this, which he clearly can't control, he didn't mean to rewind time like this and go back to the beginning of the episode. When he does shit like that, it depletes their power.
I like that he has the conversation he had with Piper earlier, except he's really distracted and not really paying attention to Piper. And she's trying to fight with him, but he's just like a jellyfish where everything's just kind of bouncing off him. So she just gets confused and wanders downstairs. Which I'm like, I guess this leaves their relationship in a better place than when she was actively angry. Now she's just kind of confused.
I mean, he's gray rocking her, just not on purpose.
Yeah. But yes, the avatars show up and they yell at Leo because every time you use power like that, you weaken the collective.
Also, they remind him he's not supposed to use the avatar powers for personal gain, which...
Oh my god, why do the avatars have personal gain? Isn't their whole thing that there shouldn't... I mean, their whole thing is kind of there shouldn't be magic, but like... Why on earth do the avatars have personal gain?
Of even being an avatar, then. Well, I guess getting rid of all demons. And white lighters, because...
Wah, wah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, one of the avatars is handling an hourglass when we come back from credits because...
They did time travel!
Yeah, and the attic is full of handy-dandy things to do stage business with. Sometimes even plot-relevant stage business.
Do you think the director was super excited when they saw that hourglass on the set and was like, oh, play with the hourglass when you yell at Leo?
Yes, yes. That definitely feels like something they lucked into as a, like, this is a relevant thing. So it's the old white dude with the beard avatar we've seen a few times. And a female avatar I don't feel like we've seen before.
No, we have.
Okay.
We've seen these two avatars every time the avatars have come up.
Okay, so I feel like this is the first time she has, like, a more major role. Like, she's having an actual conversation with Leo.
You're making me want to look up what they're credited as, because it's something like Avatar... Yeah, it is. Okay, the guy is credited as Avatar Alpha, and the woman is credited as Avatar Beta. So they're just like, the two avatars!
Yeah, Avatar Beta is kind of the equivalent of that Martha Stewart-looking elder that they bring out whenever the elders are supposed to seem reasonable and not like huge assholes who don't care about anyone except themselves. She's like the reasonable elder, and this woman is like the reasonable avatar, which I guess it's good that the token women in their respective teams are the reasonable ones.
No, that's annoying that they have to hold it together.
Yeah. So when the avatars blurp out, they're like, Leo, seriously, you weaken the collective every time you pull this shit. And then they do their teleport out, which is supposed to be like a yin-yang thing. It does not look fantastic.
Oh, is that what that was supposed to be?
Yeah, I think, because it's like black and white and...
Oh, because they're like neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it just looks like kind of a shittier version of Shimmering, but, yeah.
Alright, so speaking of distracting set dressing,
Hmm.
we go from that scene to the alley where the sisters are waiting for the demons to show up and attack an innocent. And there is like a jalopy parked in the alley, and it is so distracting to me because, all right, we wanted the idea that it's like 5 o'clock in the morning and they've dragged their butts out of bed to go fight these elders, but they're super tired. So they're curled up in the back seat waiting for the demons to show up. But I can't focus on the scene because all I'm thinking is, oh my god, I bet there's so many bugs in that upholstery. And also, like, you're essentially curled up on trash. But also, why is that still there? Because I feel like it would have been stolen and salvaged already because I feel like there's still a lot of really good pieces in that car.
I mean, it is like a jalopy's skeleton. I feel like people have been at it, but, like, yeah, there's still too much of it. It's weird to see a mostly intact car skeleton in an alley. It's a very distracting set piece.
Yeah, it does not stop bugging me.
I'm assuming they cast anti-bug spells on it before sitting on it. I know
personal gain.
So, the sisters ask Piper about her relationship with Leo. They're like, he's not, like, murder crazy anymore, so why don't you just start being married to him again? And she's like, I am married to him, which is why I'm angry at him, which feels like a not great personal philosophy, but...
She's like, I'm angry because he's not telling me something. And then Phoebe gets a text, and they're like, who's that? And Phoebe's like, I'm not telling. And then nobody cares enough to follow up on this, which also bothers me, because I would need to know who was texting Phoebe at 5 o'clock in the morning. Spoiler alert, it's Daryl. But, like, I would not be able to let that go. But they do because, you know, the Charmed Ones only care about their own shit. And in this case, that means Piper's worried about Leo, and Paige is thinking about her breakfast date with Brody.
Which, they have this whole Kevin Smith-ass conversation about how breakfast
It's exactly what it is, a Kevin Smith-ass conversation.
They're like, a breakfast date is not a date. Lunch, maybe a date. Dinner, definitely a date. But breakfast is not a date. I'm like...
Is breakfast a date?
Yeah, why would it not be a date? Coffee's a date, and coffee's barely a meal.
I think the reason a breakfast isn't a date is because how do you follow that up?
I mean, that's like the perfect out, isn't it? Like, you have to start your day. It's one of the reasons I like lunch dates conceptually, is that they have a firm end point.
Yeah, I guess.
Breakfast, same deal. Firm end point.
Also, like, breakfast food is just the best, so...
And there's a reason brunch is such a big thing.
I went on a date with a guy once, and he suggested that we go and get pie for our date at Loretta Jean's.
Yeah.
And that was a great suggestion. Pie. Pie is a date.
I mean, the new Superman movie, which if you're going to see one superhero movie this summer, you should see the new Superman movie. If you're going to see multiple superhero movies, you should see the new Superman movie. It's good. I liked it. The woman who played Lois Lane is distractingly like Courtney Cox. The whole movie I was thinking about it.
Yeah, I need a movie where they play mother and daughter.
But there's a bit where she's having a conversation with Superman, and he's like, I made you breakfast for dinner. It's your favorite. And she's like, no, it's your favorite. And he's like, you love breakfast food. And she's like, yeah, I love breakfast for breakfast. You love breakfast for dinner. And I'm like...
Who doesn't like breakfast for dinner?
Yeah, like, come on, Lois. I mean, she is planning on... You know what? I'm not getting into it. You should watch the movie. It's a lot of fun. The bit at the end, someone pointed out that really recontextualizes the whole movie. The reveal at the end. And I'm like...
I was thinking that when it happened.
I'm like, I kind of want to watch the movie again just with that reveal in mind. Because just his whole relationship with that character is totally redefined when you find out, oh, this is actually a different situation than you think it is.
I mean, clearly you're not wanting to spoil things, so I'll tell you my opinion off Mike, but I don't think it recontextualizes things that much.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously he'd still be protective, but, you know. Anyway, so the innocent gets out of his truck. He's driven a truck. Phoebe is waving around this empty, I think it's a soda cup for most of this scene, and it's very distracting.
I didn't notice. I was too busy being distracted by the jalopy.
Yeah, so the innocent rolls up and he opens this warehouse door, and
It's 5 o'clock in the morning, so I assume he's like the warehouse worker who works the opening shift.
Yeah. The invisible guy unvisibly is standing right there and just telekinetically, well, he energy balls him, but not fatally.
Although I do think it's important for later that we tell them that he throws him really roughly into a stack of wood.
Yes. As is the wont of villains in Charmed.
Yes.
So the main guy blurps out, but the girls throw a smoke bomb onto his minions so that they can see them.
It's special magical dye that they were making in the previous scene.
Yes. Paige kills one of them by orbing his energy ball back at him. Phoebe kills one of them by hitting his energy ball with a pipe like it's a baseball.
Yeah,
Into
she
him.
grabs a piece of rebar that's in the alley, and when he throws the energy ball at her, she winds up and baseball bats it back at him, which is a little extra.
Yeah, and Piper just tries to blow the last guy up, but it doesn't work all the way, and I'm like, wow, this is kind of a bad showing on Piper. I do not feel like these guys are heavy hitters. I feel like if you're able to be vaporized by your own energy ball, Piper Halliwell should be able to blow you up.
I think Piper's distracted.
She's got a lot going on.
She does.
She has kids we don't see this episode, but they get referenced, so it's fine.
They're upstairs with Judy.
They're upstairs with Judy.
You're right, though. These demons are very small fry. And another thing that bothered me when I was watching this episode is the next scene is in their lair, and there's a pentagram drawn on the back wall, but it's really janky looking. And I'm like, if Piper was able to predict where you were attacking based on the pentagram, then your pentagrams should be really precise and not so janky looking.
It's like a gnome pentagram.
Yeah. It's got like a really high, it's like a cone head pentagram. It's got like a really high top part.
It's a little funny to me that Charmed does not have a set dresser who can do a pentagram.
That should be like day one tests.
So the leader of this subsect or this cult or this group of demons, he's like, look, we have to play this smart. God, he's got fake tattoos all over his wrists.
Yeah, well, the reason he has the fake tattoos are because the different gangs have different tattoo markings. So they're going to disguise themselves as the other gang. But they want us to look at them.
Yeah, they want us to see that this gang is marked this way. Hey, demons from this gang are marked like this, but demons from another gang are marked like this.
Exactly.
So we go to Paige's breakfast date with Brody.
The camera really, really lingers on the foreground extras.
Yeah, like the foreground extras are framing the shot initially, and the woman is so much more attractive than the man. I was wondering, I was like, are we supposed to be reading something into this, or is this just a really weird directorial choice? Because, like, we get a whole bit of Paige and Brody talking framed by these people.
Okay, so what we're supposed to be seeing here, and you're right, it is very jarring because it's a weird directorial choice, but what we're supposed to be seeing here is Paige looking at this other couple connecting and having a good dinner. I'm sorry, breakfast. Did we not just talk about that? Connecting and having a good breakfast while Brody is totally distracted by all of the calls he's getting on his cell phone about the avatars.
Yes, because he promised not to talk about the avatars. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted by the extra behind Brody. She's doing so much acting here.
There's also, yes, a group of women having brunch behind Brody. And I think that they're the group from that I Think You Should Leave sketch.
Yeah.
You know, just slopping up some slop with these other pig dicks. They're all jealous of me because I won first prize at the pig slopping competition. Yeah, it's those women.
It's just, she's wafting around this, like, pea on a fork, and then she's fake putting pepper on food, and then she's, like, waving this glass around. This woman is acting her ass off behind Kerr Smith.
She's not even a featured extra, but she is ready to be discovered.
Yes.
But yeah, no, Brody is being distracted because he's getting information about the avatars. And Paige is so mad. She, like, literally gets up and leaves the date. She's like, I set a boundary. I said if you talked about the avatars, I was gonna leave. So this is me leaving. And I'm just watching this and I'm thinking, I mean, well, first of all, I don't want Paige to be with Brody for many reasons. But one very specifically that we'll talk about this episode. But not because of this. If anything, you should be glad that he gets pulled away from his social life to deal with demons all the time. Because guess what, Paige? You're going to get pulled away from your social life to deal with demons all the time. It would be good to be with somebody who understands that, right?
You're definitely right about the thing with the couple, because Paige does look longingly at the very attractive woman and the very not attractive man, and she's like, a sigh. I could be the beautiful woman with an unattractive man right now. Kerr Smith is fine looking.
Yeah, he's fine.
They're definitely, if you believe in a number system, they're within points of each other.
Brody and Paige.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, if she's an 8, then he's like a 6 or 7. Okay, Phoebe outfit.
Well, it's nothing compared to what she was wearing this morning, so whatever, it's fine.
True, but she's wearing a brown lace top
It's very Holly Hobby.
with lace loops laced between, and they look hand tied. This whole thing, this looks like a fashion project a third grader would make.
It looks like season 1 Project Runway before they were big enough that they actually cast designers.
People who know how to sew.
Yeah. When it was like, I'm a dental hygienist and I want to be the next Project Runway winner.
And she's paired them with this, like, weird maroon pants.
They're like corduroy.
They're like just a slightly different brown than the shirt.
Okay, but I want to talk about what she's talking about.
Oh, okay, yeah, we should talk about what's actually going on here.
So apparently Daryl has reached back out to her to let her know that he is suspicious of Brody. That he thinks that Brody might have had something to do with Agent Sheridan's disappearance. And, okay, why are Piper and Phoebe acting surprised by that?
He tranked Inspector Sheridan, carried her off, and then she disappeared. Like, I think it's pretty clear. Wasn't Daryl there for that? Like, yes, Daryl. Obviously, he had something to do with her disappearance. He tranked her and then carried her off, and she hasn't been seen in months. Gee whiz, I wonder if Paige has something to do with Cole's disappearance.
I wonder if there's some sort of connection between Ben and Glory.
God. But Leo comes into the room, and everything is horribly awkward for everyone.
Okay, so Leo orbs in, and Piper's like, I need to go to the attic, I can't deal with this. And Phoebe's like, well, go after her. And I'm like, no, do not go after her. She obviously wants space. This is terrible advice, Phoebe. Good thing it's not your job to give people advice. Good thing it's not your superpower to understand what people feel and need. I think this answers the question, is her empathy back? And the answer is no.
She goes to answer the door after sending Leo after Piper, and it's Daryl, who has been to wardrobe. He's nicely dressed, leather jacket.
Maroon shirt that, like, really looks good on him.
Yes, something that actually matches, unlike Phoebe, who I feel like she's wearing a much redder pair of pants in this scene than she was earlier, but...
I think it's just lighting.
But Daryl just repeats the same thing she said, like, 10 seconds ago, where he's like, I think that, like, you can't trust Agent Brody. He definitely disappeared Inspector Sheridan. And it's like, yeah, we already established this.
Well, Phoebe asks if Daryl wants her to try to get a premonition and find out what actually happened to Sheridan. And he's like, no magic. And I'm like, well, then what are you doing here, man? What? If you don't want to use magic, you're at the wrong house.
So Daryl leaves, and Paige is like, was that Daryl? Are we friends again? And Phoebe's like, yeah, apparently. Which, I guess we're just done with Daryl being mad at them for murdering him twice.
It really bugs me that Paige has no follow-up to that. She's like, oh, okay. Like, what?
Guess we're friends with Daryl again. So, Piper and Leo are rehashing their fight from earlier where he's like, I wish you would trust me. And she's like, I wish you would be trustworthy. And then the Avatars freeze time and they're like, Jesus fucking Christ, Leo. We told you you can't tell your stupid wife about this.
Okay, this is an important thing, I think.
Yes.
When they freeze time, we see Piper frozen in the attic, but also we see out on the street, we see a streetcar get frozen, and I think the show wants us to see that the Avatars aren't just doing like molecular pausing like Piper does, they are literally freezing the passage of time.
Yeah, we saw this when the Angel of Destiny showed up in the end of season 4. It's kind of to show that this is like a big deal. This isn't a regular freeze. But the Avatars are like, please stop talking to your wife about this. You can't tell her that you're an Avatar. And he's like, yeah, but what if I did tell her that I was an Avatar?
Because he knows that what the Avatars want is for him to bring the Charmed Ones along and add their power to the Avatar power. So he's like, she doesn't want demons either. Let's just pull the trigger on this thing.
I mean, kind of by necessity, they need the Charmed Ones for this, right? Like, power of 3, demons.
Yeah, but they want to, like, slowly bring them in the right way. And Leo's like, well, we'll just tell them that's the right way. And they're like, no, the Charmed Ones are good. Therefore, they must be carefully led into the path. And he's like, oh, trust me, they're not that good.
Yeah, no, seriously. You tell them, hey, look, we've got a plan that'll mean you never have to fight another demon ever again. They're going to be more on board than, I don't know, things that are on board. Cruise ship passengers on a cruise ship.
So the Avatars decide that they are going to dip into their powers and use up a huge amount of powers to basically give Leo a save point.
I mean, this is basically kind of a take on the whole spirit journey Leo went on, except it's more straightforward. And I guess less imaginary.
Oh, so I didn't see it that way. I saw it like literally a save point. Like at this point he can tell them that he's an Avatar, and when it inevitably all goes to shit, they'll just transport right back to this moment in time. Okay. But you were thinking of it more as like this isn't really happening.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I think you're right. I think they're just letting it play out and then rewinding time. Although they're like, this is a huge drain on the collective. Like Tempest could do this shit, and he was just a demon. I mean, the demon of time, but still. I mean, time travel is not that complicated. Chris did it. That kid in magic school did it. Like, I'm sorry. Oh, it weakens the collective so much to do a little time travel. Then maybe the collective's not that strong, guys.
Anyway, Leo tells Piper that he's an Avatar, and she accidentally blows up the potion she was making in her shock.
I like how every few episodes they have I can't believe you're using Hellborn in that potion. You're gonna blow up the whole block. They do that constantly.
Uh-huh.
And you know what? I always like it. It's such a dumb little thing. Like, if you use the wrong potion ingredient, you're...
Things will explode.
But, like, more, like if two people who worked at, what is it, Penzies?
Oh, yeah, the spice place, yeah.
Yeah. Two people who work at Penzies accidentally mixed the wrong things together. Boom! Goodbye, New England.
Okay, so Paige and Phoebe come upstairs. They were drawn upstairs by the explosion. And they're like, what's going on? And Piper's like, Leo's an Avatar.
Oh my god, Piper. Really?
Wait, no, this is important. Leo says, Leo, I'm sorry, there's just so much to unpack in the next couple of sentences. Leo's like, avatars aren't bad. We're just trying to save the world from itself. Listen, no one who says that is a good guy.
Yeah.
And then Phoebe goes, oh my god, did he just say we? Yeah, Phoebe, Piper just said he's an avatar. Were you not paying attention to the first sentence, or did you just need to, like, do a little look at me thing?
Catch up, Phoebe.
Ugh.
And, like, they're like, oh no, Leo's possessed. And he's like, I've never been less possessed in my life. Like, I'm so clear-headed, and I chose this on purpose. And the avatars aren't anything to fear. They just want to, achieve their mysterious goals. And Piper's like, weren't they floating heads that were trying to drive you insane? He's like, don't worry about it.
He says, that was just their way of getting my attention. And I'm like, they made you kill an elder, Leo?
Yeah. Yes, they did.
I mean, to be fair, that did get his attention.
So he walks out of the room so the sisters can talk about him.
Yeah, Piper tells him to take the kids to magic school.
Yeah. And Phoebe's like, is that a good idea, leaving him alone with your kids? And Piper's like, he's not going to hurt the fucking kids, Phoebe. So at least I guess she still has that faith in Leo.
Yeah.
Although she seems to be, her solution to this issue seems to be blowing it off, because Paige is like, so are we going to try to de-avatar him or what? And Piper's like, look, we have an innocent to save and an invisible demon to kill, and we will worry about all of this after that.
I just want to point out that when shit goes wrong with these demons, Piper blames her sisters for not being on the ball enough to come up with enough vanquishing potions for these demons, because they're too distracted by the giant bombshell her fucking husband just dropped. Which they are distracted. They're gonna go talk to Brody and get his take on all of this.
So, two of the demons in the Invisible Demon Clan are discussing their plan to disguise themselves as demons from a different clan, to get the Charmed Ones to take out the competition while leaving the innocent open to being murdered, so that they can finish the ritual to protect the area so that only they can hunt there. So if you weren't paying attention the other two times that's been established, I think, then here it is again. Also, they have bracelets. That's how you can identify them, and they switch out the bracelets.
Right. Meanwhile, Leo goes to magic school, and one of the elders is like, hey, Leo, the avatars just used a huge amount of energy for some reason, so we should be on the lookout. And he's like, maybe the avatars aren't bad? I'm not saying I am one. I'm just saying maybe we should give them a chance.
And the lady elder, because it's the lady elder, she's like, Leo, you should know that having a large amount of power makes you dangerous. And he's like, we have a lot of power. Are we dangerous? And she says, only to the wrong people, which that feels like a very subjective thing.
I know. I just hit Leo with, like, we want to save them from themselves, but yeah, no, everyone on this show is yes, absolute power corrupts absolutely on this show.
So Leo's like, look, I don't think we should judge someone just because they have a lot of power. And the lady elder's like, Leo, now is no time to lose your faith. We've always done right by you, Leo. Remember?
Okay.
Remember that one time we told you we'd blow you up if you tried to marry Piper? And remember that one time Gideon tried to murder your baby and we didn't do anything about it? We've always been on your side, Leo.
So, Leo goes home and decides to talk it out with Piper.
Good luck, Leo.
I mean, I actually do like this scene. Once Piper calms down enough to actually be talking to Leo, she does come around to his side. He's like, look, they want to destroy demons. That's what you want. They want to create a world where there are no demons, so you don't have to be running around working all the time, and our kids don't have to be fighting demons all the time. And I know that's what you want. And Piper's like, okay, you know what?
Yeah, her first reaction is, that sounds like a lot of crap. And Leo's like, why? Why does it sound like crap for a group of people to want to use their powers to make a world that's better for people. And she's like, oh, yeah, that... Is that what we should have been doing this whole time?
Well, I mean, the fact is, they can't. Like, it's gonna come later. I'm jumping ahead a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
But at a point later, Leo shows off essentially how much power the Avatars have. And he says, look, the Avatars have all of this power. They could force us to do stuff, and they don't. That's how we know they're good. But as soon as they have enough power to really force people to do stuff, that's exactly what they do.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Leo's argument isn't as strong as he thinks it is. Anyway, demons show up. They vanquish them, and the demons conspicuously drop the bracelet of the other clan so that Leo and Piper will, run off in the wrong direction.
And then Leo blows up two of the demons, leaving one hiding behind the wall and one not hiding behind the wall. And the one not hiding behind the wall looks at the one hiding behind the wall. The one hiding behind the wall kind of shrugs at him, and then he gets blown up by Leo.
Yeah, because it's like, sorry, you didn't get invisible fast enough. Now you gotta get blown up.
Yeah.
And the one who's hiding, who manages to go invisible, like, tosses his gauntlet towards the one who's gonna get blown up, so that, so that Leo and Piper will go off in the wrong direction.
It's kind of great because, Leo points at the scorch marks on the floor, and he's like, imagine going through a life where you didn't have to do this every, 15 days or so. And Piper's like, ooh, that is...
Every 3 days, I feel like. 15 is generous. Okay. Now we go to Paige, who has gone to Brody's apartment to tell him that Leo is an Avatar. And okay, this whole thing makes me really uncomfortable. Like, I'm not criticizing it, it's well done, but
Agent Brody totally freaking loses it.
It's so scary, and it's scary in, a real abusive way. The way abusers really can kind of turn like that.
Yeah. Because Agent Brody flips a switch right here. I can't believe they immediately spill that Leo's an elder to this guy. I feel like Phoebe's been kind of shitty about the whole Agent Brody thing. But, why would you run to this guy's house and tell him that Leo's an Avatar right off the bat? Why is that your first instinct?
Well, I mean, her thought is that he knows more about Avatars than anyone else. So he can, I don't know, tell them what's going on with Leo, help them turn Leo around. I don't know. But what we find out instead is that Brody has a potion that can kill Avatars. He grabs the potion and his gun and races to the Manor to kill Leo. Because he explains to them that the Avatar's powers are all connected, so if he kills Leo, it will weaken all of the Avatars. Also, the Avatars killed his parents. Damn it, Paige! You would never understand what it is to be an orphan, okay?
Yeah, and Paige is like, I am an orphan, and he's like, your parents weren't murdered, and I know that her adopted parents did die in a car accident, but her birth parents were very much murdered, Agent Brody.
Yeah,
I know you're Batman and you saw your parents die in front of you when you were 8, but Paige was 15 when she saw her parents die in front of her, and also, yes, her real parents were actually murdered. Or her bio parents were actually murdered.
Yeah. Phoebe's like, what is going on, Paige? And Paige is like, I don't know, this isn't him, he's not acting like himself. And I'm like, sorry, Paige, this is him. This is the real Brody. This is a part of him, this, turn on a dime, he's going to become violent and psychotic here. That's the real Brody.
Yeah.
Hate to tell you, and hate to see you dating him.
He amends his plan slightly. He's like, look, I'm just gonna have Leo summon one of his Avatar buddies and then kill them. And they're like, and what if Leo says no? And then he's like, then I'm gonna kill Leo. Yeah, I'm gonna kill Leo if he won't summon one of his Avatar buddies, because I need to weaken the collective. It's as much as any one mortal man can hope to do. Which, when Cole died, it took them 3 years to find a new guy. Or 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't know about this one, Brody.
So Phoebe and Paige leave Brody downstairs and go up to the attic to talk to Leo. And this is where Piper's like, we just had to fight some demons. It would have been a lot easier if you were here with the vanquishing potion. Okay, Piper, whatever. And they let Leo know what's going on, that they immediately told his secret to Brody, and that Brody is downstairs ready to kill Leo.
With an avatar vanquishing potion his parents found. I don't think we find that out here.
But... No, we do, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's why his parents were killed, because the reason his parents were killed is because they found a potion that could kill avatars.
Yeah. So, Paige and Phoebe are like, look, everyone keeps saying that avatars are bad, even the elders, so, Leo, have you ever thought that maybe the avatars are just bad? And Leo's like, no, because the elders hate everything.
I mean, he's not wrong. Oh, I do like that Piper's like, look, Leo came clean to me. I'm ride or die now.
Yeah, if only she hadn't spilled it to her sisters. I mean, the avatars should be like, you can tell Piper as long as you make sure she doesn't tell Phoebe and Paige.
Yeah. So... Piper and Leo orb to where the demon clan is. Of course, the fake demon clan that they were sent to, by mistake. But they orb to go take care of that, leaving Phoebe and Paige to deal with the crazed cop downstairs.
Well, that is kind of on them. So, yeah. Piper and Leo orb into the wrong demon gang's lair because they're just following the mystical energy signature of the bracelet.
Piper throws a vanquishing potion and takes out 2 of them, and then Leo just shoots fire out of his hands like a flamethrower and wipes out the rest of them. And it's like, oh, did I mention I'm an avatar now?
Yeah, she's like, that was a lot of power, and he's like, yeah, but we only do it when it's shared wisely, like when we used to kill those scrub demons over there that Phoebe beat with a piece of rebar.
Oh, like I said, the avatars have got to be thinking, why did we bring in Leo? He's using all of our powers on stupid shit.
So Phoebe and Paige are trying to talk Kyle out of murdering Leo, and it is not going great.
He's essentially just screaming at them for letting him orb away. Like, they could have stopped him from orbing.
So he shoots Paige with a trank gun, which smart person to trank first.
Because she could orb away.
Yeah.
She could orb him away.
Or she could go, trank dart.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff she could have done. Unlike Phoebe, who gets tranked also.
Phoebe does not get tranked.
Oh, okay. Okay, so now that the demon gang is dead, Leo just orbs the warehouse guy into the middle of the street, and he's like, our job is done.
Well, he's in front of the warehouse. Like, the guy got knocked out by the demons and apparently has not regained consciousness yet. So they're like, we'll just put him here, he'll regain consciousness, he won't know what happened, and everything will be fine. But instead, the correct demon shows up and kills the innocent and is like, ha ha, killed the innocent and you wiped out my rival gang. Yeah. Sucks to suck.
Yeah, he blurbs in, he energy balls the guy who explodes. He waves his little slightly different bracelet in Leo and Piper's face, and then he blurps out.
Oh, I like that they're like, okay, well, we lost, better go back to the manor.
So, yes, Kyle did not trank Phoebe, but he didn't tie her to a chair. She's just kind of sitting on it.
He's holding a gun to her head.
Yeah, a trank gun.
I feel like it would kill you if you got shot in the head with it.
True. I mean, honestly, it's probably pretty easy to accidentally kill someone with a trank gun.
Yeah. Okay, so, yeah. Kyle is holding a gun to Phoebe's head. Like, this guy is not okay.
Jeez, if only one of us had the ability to freeze time.
Jesus, Piper.
Would really come in handy now,
I didn't
wouldn't
even
it?
think about that. Come on.
Yeah, neither did she.
Uh, yeah, so basically, Kyle's like, yeah, get another avatar here that I can kill, or else I'm gonna kill you. And Leo's like,
Avatars aren't the enemy, Kyle. And Kyle's like, yeah, they are. And then Leo lightning bolts him through the chest.
and as he lightning bolts him, he's able to throw the potion, which hits Leo, and now Leo is about to die because it's like the one thing that can kill avatars. And here's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Now that Leo's an avatar, does that mean that Darklighter bolts can't hurt him anymore?
Ooh, that's a fun question. That I don't think the show will answer, but...
It won't, but... Anyway, now Leo's dying.
Wah wah, Leo's dead, and Brody has a big hole blown through his chest, but he's smiling because he got to kill one avatar before he died.
Well, that's weakening them.
Congratulations, Brody. You gave your life to temporarily inconvenience the avatars.
Anyway, now the avatars show up. Avatar Alpha and Beta show up, and they're like, see, Leo? This is why you can't tell anyone shit. Because this is what happens.
This is why you always leave a note.
Oh. But yeah, they're like, guess what? You used a lot of our power to have this little lesson. This little show don't tell lesson. So now we're not going to be powerful enough for our big plan. So hope you're happy.
And he's like, but Piper understood. And they're like, yeah, but she told her sisters who found a cop who tried to murder you. Like, your wife was never the weak point in this chain. The problem is the other links she is attached to.
I really do feel like this could have been a conversation instead of whatever this was.
They blew so much power because showing is better than telling, and I had a light afternoon.
I'm gonna go with this morality lesson could have been an email.
Yes. So they.
Although, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm just gonna back up here a second.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the answer is kill Brody first, then tell Piper.
They clearly know who Brody is. Yeah.
So we rewind back to Leo's save point.
And they're like, with the energy that we're using for this, it's going to weaken the collective to the point where we might not even be able to do our plan. And Leo's like, it'll be fine once I get the sisters in on it. Don't worry about it. I'll do it slightly differently next time, which he kind of doesn't. But, like, if I remember correctly, it basically plays out exactly like what happened in this episode.
I do not remember what happens when he finally tells Piper, so I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. So the avatars, you know, they bring Leo back to this point in time, and they're like, you can't tell your stupid fucking wife about us. And Leo's like, okay. All right, I won't.
So now we're back to Piper being mean to Leo because we didn't have all of that growth where she learned what was going on with him, and he's like, hey, look, I'm sorry I've been pushing this, but just FYI, the demons are totally about to materialize downstairs, so let's grab the potions and go kill them.
She's suspicious that he's suddenly being nice, and he's like, I was being nice before, wasn't I? That's one of the reasons you were suspicious of me, because I was being too nice.
To be fair, she does use the word nice, but it's not that he's being nice. It's that he's not pushing her to have a conversation anymore. He's just like, you know what? You'll come around. It'll be fine.
You will know when the time comes for you to know, and in the meantime, I'm just going to agree to literally everything you say. And she's like, oh, cool. Okay, yeah, I could get used to this.
So they throw the potions and they kill all of the demons.
But Leo knows that one of them's lurking behind the wall, so he walks behind it and he's like, hey, zap.
He again uses the avatar power. Those poor avatars. And he's like, okay, well, that was easy.
And Piper's like, how did you figure this all out? And he's like, believe me, you don't want to know. Wink. And she's like, that really didn't answer my question at all.
I was going to say, she's not ready to joke about that yet, Leo. Oh, okay, so...
We're getting our 10,000 opening shots of San Francisco at the end of this episode for some reason.
Well, we got it at the beginning, too. I think this episode must have just been short.
Okay, so Paige and Brody are on a real date.
Because it's nighttime now, and there are candles.
Candles everywhere.
Okay, she's like...
And they're on the roof of his building, so it's romantic.
She's like, do you have any secrets I need to know? And he's like, just that I'm obsessed with avatars. She's like, that's not a secret. And he's like, yeah, wait till you see how violent I get when I find one. And she's like, ha ha ha. And he's like, no, wait, I'm sorry, let's not talk about that.
Let's rewind. Wah, wah.
But honestly, I'm just pained that Paige is dating this guy who is like such an abuser, and it came out, and then that was erased from her memory because time got rewound, and I'm so uncomfortable with it, and I just would really like Leo to blast Brody.
Oh, I think you're in luck for the end of this season. But, he's like, let's rewind, and she's like, do you have any secrets, Agent Brody? And he's like, no, I don't.
And then back in the manor, Leo's like, okay, Piper...
They got the kids for one shot.
It's fine. Leo's like, Piper, I need you to know I am hiding something, but I can't talk about it. And she asks him, did the elders say you couldn't talk about it? He's like, can't even tell you that much. And I'm sorry, but trust me, you're going to be on my side. I know, because I did a whole thing.
And she's like, well, it's the end of the episode, so okay. I'm suddenly cool with this situation for no reason.
Well, it's funny, I know I said at the very beginning that I was having whiplash from her behavior towards him.
Yeah.
But I actually am okay with this because what changed is he stopped pushing it and was just like, look, yeah, you have suspicions, and I'm going to validate that you are right to be suspicious, but I'm sorry I can't talk about it. Like, instead of just trying to make her feel like she was crazy for thinking something was up when he was clearly hiding something.
And there's a sweet bit where she's like, look, I know you, and I know you're not going to do anything to hurt our family, so okay. I'm okay with the situation where it is right now.
For now.
Which is a nice note to leave it off on. Like, and this is a solid enough episode. It's not going to be in anyone's Hall of Fame or anything, but, you know, there are worse episodes and there are worse boring episodes. Like,
yeah, it wasn't boring either. For what was essentially a table setting episode, a wheel spinning episode, not bad.
Yeah.
I really hate Brody a lot, but even that, like, it's not like the episode wanted me to like Brody and failed.
Yeah.
Like, they wanted me to hate Brody, so good job, episode!
So much like the Charmed ones, we have our own power of three. The first power in our pack is Premonition, who in this episode was, or will become famous. I didn't have anyone. Do you have someone?
I do have someone, and it's not someone you would recognize.
Oh, so it's a voice thing.
No.
Oh.
Okay, so I did make a point to emphasize the innocent being thrown into the stack of wood, even though that happens to every innocent all the time.
Yeah.
And the reason I did that is because the innocent is played by David Leitch, who's a stuntman, who went on to become a stunt coordinator, who went on to become a director, who directed, most notably, Atomic Blonde and The Fall Guy.
Whoa! The Fall Guy's really good if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, so that's my premonition.
I know it's based off of a 70s TV show or whatever, but, like, calling it a remake feels...
It's very much its own thing.
Yeah. Kind of like how I know that it's technically a sequel series, but I don't think of the McGee Charlie's Angels movies as being, like, connected to the old Charlie's Angels TV show. Even though I know technically it is. It's the same Charlie.
I mean, they feel more connected to the Charlie's Angels TV show than The Fall Guy feels connected to that TV show.
Point, yes. It's one of those things where it was just... Or Mission Impossible.
Yes, which is funny because the first Mission Impossible movie was very close to the formula of Mission Impossible, but that's just, like, completely its own thing now. It just went off.
I wouldn't be surprised if it turned out Fast and the Furious was a remake of something.
Ooh, I'm gonna go into that now.
All
later, right. Off mic.
So, the second power in our pack is Time Freeze. What specifically dated this episode? Okay, mine's really little and really weird. Do you want to go first?
Mine is also kind of little and weird, so I wonder if we have the same thing. Which is Brody on the breakfast date, who kept getting interrupted. I'm like, who still has their phone on ringer? Like,
Oh my
he's
God,
getting
yes.
texts, and then he switches it to vibrate, and it starts... Who doesn't have their phone on silent in this day and age? If my phone made a noise, I would flip out.
Yes. No, mine was actually on his date with Paige, but the dinner one, where he says, whoop, rewind, where I'm like, you wouldn't say rewind anymore, right? Like,
Huh.
that's kind of fallen out of favor as a thing, right?
I don't know. If we have any Gen Z in our audience, let us know if you would use that phrase. That's interesting to think about.
Yeah, because, like, post VHS, and even, like, iPods and stuff, CDs, like, they kind of...
Yeah, you don't rewind anymore. Huh.
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
The final power in our pack is telekinesis. What, if anything, genuinely moved you? It's cheap. It's cheap, but the scene with Piper and Leo at the end.
Okay, I knew you were going to say that.
Yes.
For me, it's not the scene at the end with Leo and Piper. It's the scene right before he gets hit by Brody when she's like, you know what? I'm on board with avatars because if you're an avatar, I am ride or die.
Well, the bit at the end is kind of a reflection of that, where he's like, I can't tell you, but I need you to have faith with me. And she's like, yeah, I obviously have faith in you. I'm ride or die. And I'm like, yeah.
I am all for a ride or die couple.
Like, and Piper and Leo have really... I know it's weird because we talked about them fighting at the beginning of the episode, and things are going to be back and forth for a while, but also Piper and Leo are kind of at their strongest in this season. Like, they are way more together.
In sync?
Yeah, in sync than I think they've been at literally any other point in the show. Which, I know we've compared them to Dr. Cox and Jordan only working when they're divorced on Scrubs.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know, just, I feel like something about this point in their relationship, the two of them are really feeling like a couple.
Yeah.
Also, I know I need to let it go. I know I need to let it go at this point because just clearly the continuity has changed.
Go on.
But Piper makes a reference to the fact that they've been fighting demons for their whole lives. And I'm like...
Oh, I know.
I'm like, no, you haven't. You didn't find out about them until 7 years ago. It's a major plot thing that you didn't know about magic for a really long time. But... by this point, they have been aware of magic since childhood. I need to just throw in the towel on this one.
Hey, you know what would make Charmed a lot better?
What?
If Charisma Carpenter was in it.
Ooh. That's a specifically leading thing to say.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention the episode next time is Witchness Protection.
She's doomed.
The Peacock description is, Leo must protect the seer because she has information that could help destroy the demons.
Kira. Which, yeah, we're finally getting resolution on that Charisma Carpenter thing that's been kind of sprinkled about all season. So that'll be fun for the one episode it lasts.
God, we are so close to the end of the Avatar stuff.
Yeah, it's weird, right? It's like that one, and then it's Home Makeover World Edition or whatever it's called.
Okay, it's going to be Witchness Protection, Ordinary Witches, and then, yes, Extreme Makeover World Edition.
And then Charmageddon.
And then Charmageddon.
And then we're done with... You know what? The Avatar stuff, I know we have 4 episodes and there could be interminable, but the Avatar stuff hasn't been as painful as I remembered it being. It's not fantastic or anything, but... You know, we've been having our fair share of quality charmed cheese this season.
I will say, I don't mind the Avatar's episodes, right? I don't mind seeing them on screen. It's just that conceptually, they're a mess. But, you know, what isn't on this show?
I thought you were going the other way, where conceptually they're fascinating, but in practice, they don't really do that much.
Well, I mean, conceptually they're a mess because... this is a show where good and evil are meaningless team divisions and not actually based or rooted in any actual morality. So to say we are neither good nor evil is like, okay, what does that mean?
Showing up to a tennis court with a golf club, that's what they're doing.
Oh, they're the person who goes to the Super Bowl in the shirt that says, I just hope both teams have fun.
They're the people who go to Brand Fairs dressed as Vulcans.
Well, I think that does it for this week.
Yeah, I think that'll about do it.
Our show is partially listener supported. If you want to be one of those supporters, head over to our website, www.welcometotelevision.net, and click on our Patreon link. We'd like to thank our current $5 and above patrons, Beryl, Patricia, Rosa, Alex, Becca, Carolyn, Cassidy, Daniel, Alicia, Hoops, Javier, Jen, Maricruz, Randall, and Twinflower.
If you'd like to support the show in other ways, you could always rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. It helps other people find the show.
If you want to talk about this episode, or any episode of any television show, you can email us at ilovetelevisionzines@gmail.com, or you can find us on Blue Sky at Welcome to TV.
So until next time, I'm Max.
And I'm Tina.
And this has been Welcome to Halliwell Manor.